Hi, Jen Nuncio, Park Naturalist for South Dakota Game Fish and Parks. Welcome to Good Earth State Park. We're going to do some outdoor cooking in a Dutch oven today. So you can use your campfire that you've got going. You'll need to cook those coals down so with some good wood coals, or you can use charcoal. And so to start your charcoal, if you're going to do that, you might want to use a chimney here that we've got. Fill that full of charcoal, and underneath put one of those fire starters that we mentioned with the dryer lint and the old wax, and get those charcoals nice and hot. And then after that, you're going to prepare your Dutch oven. Once you buy one, you're seasoned and ready to go, but if you need to season it, you just put some oil in there. A few important pieces of equipment that you're going to want to have with your Dutch oven is that for sure, but you also want to wear some gloves. These are made for outdoor cooking. They're nice and long and fireproof that you can use and touch a hot Dutch oven if you need to. Welding gloves work as well. This here is a fancy lid lifter. You put this right underneath your lid there, squinch it tight, and it lifts it right up off the top for you. You also need a good pair of tongs so that you can move those hot coals easily. If you're using a wood fire, you might have a shovel so that you can scoop those coals safely on and off your Dutch oven. Dutch ovens are made out of cast iron, which means they heat up. And it takes a little bit of time to heat up, but once they're heated up, they stay up hot for a long time. So you always need to be very careful and mindful that this is going to be hot all the time. If you need to take it off of your fire to get it away from there, sometimes you can have a pan like this filled with some sand or some dirt so that you can put it on there without damaging the ground underneath. But you always want to make sure that you're being safe around your Dutch oven at all times. You want to preheat your Dutch oven over the campfire by putting it over those hot coals one way or the other and getting it nice and hot. Today we're going to make some cornbread in there, and so we've got that nice and hot. We mixed up our ingredients, which was just some butter, some eggs, sugar, cornmeal, and some flour. Mix that up. Pour that in your hot Dutch oven. So when you're cooking in a Dutch oven, you want to create it just like your oven at home. You want to make sure that you've got a temperature on the inside, usually about 350 degrees. So if you want to put some coals on the bottom and coals on the top, that's the best way to get the internal temperature to about 300 degrees. An easy way to remember that is if you have a 12-inch Dutch oven, which is very common, you're going to add 3 to the top of that number, so you'll have 15 coals on top, and take 3 away for the bottom and have 9 coals on the bottom. That's if you're using charcoal. If you're using firewood coals, you just want to fill the top and then have a few at the bottom. The bottom's going to heat up much quicker than the top, but you're going to inside make that oven so that you can cook. You'll pour in your batter. You'll cook that for about 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to keep rotating the lid and the bottom until it's baked, and you can check it with your lid lifter and check and see what's going on inside. But I always say if you're looking, you're not cooking. So the more you take the lid off, the more heat's going to escape, and you're going to have to warm that back up again. So try not to peek too much if you don't need to. If you're cooking a soup or a stew, then you almost don't even need the lid on there, that you can keep it rotating. So this is just a little bit of introduction on how to do some Dutch oven cooking. Don't be intimidated. Anything you cook in an oven, you can cook in a Dutch oven. So go out and give it a try. It's a lot of fun, just takes a little bit of practice. So grab a Dutch oven and head out to a state park and have some fun.